We've talked on the YouTube channel about Avowed, the upcoming title by Obsidian that is, in my opinion, the competition in its truest form to the Elder Scrolls. And I can't wait for this title, guys. This could be something really special. And I wanted to go ahead and talk about everything that we know so far about Avowed. We can break it down, talk about it, and I would love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. So let's get into it. So guys, in an article written by Michael Caruso of The Gamer, although players don't have too much information on the story or the mechanics, there are already some confirmed pieces of information about Avowed. Avowed is the next RPG to be developed by Obsidian, which is very exciting for players that enjoy exploring the worlds that Obsidian has crafted in the past, including Fallout New Vegas and the Outer Worlds, among others. I was not a huge fan of Fallout New Vegas, guys, but the Outer Worlds was a pretty ambitious project, and I did enjoy that one. But although players don't have too much information on what the story will be about or the mechanics of the game, there are already some confirmed pieces of information that will help players piece together what they can expect from this RPG. So with that, guys, at number 8, Avowed is being developed by Obsidian. Avowed is being developed by Obsidian, which means that it will likely feature a very in-depth dialogue system and have many mechanics that are relevant to the role-playing games genre. And I agree, Obsidian, I think, is going to be, they're perfect for this. I think that this is a perfect place for them to go as far as a new IP is concerned. I'm excited about it. A lot of people thought that the next thing they would be working on would be like more Outer Worlds titles. I'm very glad we're getting Avowed, though, to say the least. Now, Avowed will be played through a first-person perspective. Avowed will be a first-person game similar to The Outer Worlds, and there is currently no announcement on whether it will feature a third-person system as well. Although The Outer Worlds was great in terms of its first-person camera, a lot of players would love to see a third-person camera added in so that they can look at their armor while traversing the world, which I understand, but I like the third-person mechanic or the first-person mechanic with the Outer Worlds, and I also am excited to see what that's like in Avowed. Third person's great as well, guys, but I don't know. I personally like it when a game decides to be one or the other. If you try to kind of do too much, sometimes it actually can get kind of convoluted and actually can take you out of the experience. So I'm okay with Avowed being just a first-person, RPG. Avowed will feature an in-depth magic system. Avowed will feature an in-depth magic system, which is confirmed by the trailer. In the trailer, players can see the player character wielding both an enchantment on their sword and magic in their other hand, which shows that there will be a lot of magical components to this game, which I'm very excited about. I think that's going to be great to see what all of that is, and then probably have a skill tree of new skills, abilities, and things of that nature that you can unlock along the journey. Something that could be really great. Now, this is a huge one, guys. Unfortunately, Avowed will not be releasing on PlayStation or Nintendo consoles, and it probably won't release on any less mainstream consoles such as the Google Stadia. The reason for this is because Obsidian is now owned by Microsoft, which means that future Obsidian games will become Microsoft console exclusives, which, guys, by the way, is huge. Another reason why Microsoft is making an aggressive approach to be the Netflix of gaming, not only from the Xbox Game Pass, because, obviously they just want to be the ones who have more exclusives than anyone else, and they're consistently trying to ramp up their production as far as that's concerned, having more and more games, and that's what gets you eventually to move over to the Xbox console, just because Avowed and games like it that are becoming exclusives, people are going to want to play this game regardless, so it's going to get people to want to try it and buy the Xbox Series X. Now, Avowed will feature a large open world that will be more in-depth than the Outer Worlds, since that game by Obsidian was an open world. However, it was broken up into many smaller sections. It seems as though Avowed will be a completely open world similar to Fallout New Vegas or Skyrim. This is great news for players that enjoy exploring open worlds where they can explore wherever they want at any time. And I agree 100%. The only thing I'm hoping for here is that there's a lot of things to do along the journey. If you're talking a massive open world, guys, I just want there to be a lot of things to do. Whether you're talking side missions, just being able to explore and having things to do, I just don't want it to be like a very, a very barren like type of wasteland where there's just not much there. I'm hoping that we get a lot of different locations, lots of environments that we can explore. It doesn't feel repetitive. That's what I'm hoping with that. Now, as far as Avowed, will have Archery, and this is confirmed by the opening scene in the trailer of the game. Archery is important in a medieval game, and it is nice to see that Obsidian will include it in Avowed, and I agree. I think that having Archery of many sorts, I mean, whether you're talking Far Cry to, The Last of Us to, many other titles, having Archery or some form of it could be something really special in Avowed. Now, Avowed is confirmed to be set in the Pillars of Eternity world that is known as Eora. This is an exciting piece of news for players that enjoy the Pillars of Eternity series, and it will be interesting to see what Obsidian does with the franchise, given more freedom to explore it in a first-person setting. Now, guys, just full disclosure, I've never played Pillars of Eternity. However, this being set in it, I've heard, people very excited about that. I was kind of hoping that Avowed would be like totally its own thing. But I think it's kind of cool because we talk about on the YouTube channel a number of times how it's neat putting, thinking of games being in other, franchises or a part of certain, ecosystems that developers own. For example, we've talked about Hyperscape being, within, some of the other titles from Ubisoft. Like, is it, within the, is it going to be within the world of Watch Dogs or something of that nature, which, so it's nice to talk about, and this is one of those situations where it's true, where this is a part of another, franchise that Obsidian has worked on. And so I'm excited to see what that looks like. It actually is getting me to kind of want to go back and play Pillars of Eternity, to say the least. As far as the release date goes, guys, although players know that Avowed is currently in the stages of development and that it will probably be released sometime within the next generation of consoles, it is not confirmed what year this game will be released or if Obsidian has other game releases planned prior to this one. There will be 2 The Outer Worlds DLCs releasing before the release of Avowed, which helps put into perspective the timeline for when Avowed will be released. Hopefully, Avowed will be released by 2023. However, there is currently no confirmation on the year that this game will release. So with that, what I'll say about that, guys, is that Avowed, I think it's going to be really important that if they're able to release it before the Elder Scrolls, and if they could release it, a couple of years or a year or so before the Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, they could really capture a lot of those people who are really hungry for another Elder Scrolls title, especially if this one is, it's going to be just as good, or something like that, or is like something that's going to really quench your thirst before the Elder Scrolls comes out. And if this is going to be the competition to the Elder Scrolls, that's going to be something interesting to see if Avowed comes out before Elder Scrolls 6, because it seems like Avowed may be further in development than Elder Scrolls 6. It's not 100% confirmed, but obviously they've stated over at Bethesda that Elder Scrolls 6 could be years away. Avowed still could be years away, but it looks like they might be a little bit further along than Elder Scrolls 6 is, so that'll be interesting to see how this all plays out, guys, because, man, Avowed and Obsidian could really take some of those people away from the Elder Scrolls franchise, bring them over to Avowed, and get them kind of into this ecosystem that they're trying to build in this franchise here. But it'll be interesting, guys, to say the least, and I gotta say, I'm very, very excited for Avowed. I really am. I'm excited about this title, guys. There's so much to be excited about with it, and a lot of the exclusives coming out of Xbox. It's an exciting time to be a gamer, guys. I think there's a lot of things and exciting projects that are being worked on. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about Avowed at this point in time? When do you think it'll release? And is it going to get you to kind of maybe try this or move away from Elder Scrolls if you're a big Elder Scrolls player? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Let's have a real conversation about it. And for more Avowed content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.